Hi, I'm Simon Jones from HitFilm.com, here with an introduction to working in 3D. If you've never used 3D software before, you'll find this particularly useful, as knowing how to navigate HitFilm's 3D space will make everything much easier. Here we have a simple 2D composite with a text layer. To turn it into 3D, you need to create a 3D layer or add a camera. If you add a 3D effect or turn a layer into 3D, a camera will be added for you automatically. In this case, I'll go to the New Layer menu and choose Camera. As with 2D composite shots, you can scale the view using the Scale menu at the bottom right of the viewer, or by scrolling your mouse wheel. The Hand tool can be used to move the frame around in the viewer. Note that changing the scale or using the Hand tool does not move the actual camera. Everything still looks largely the same, except we now have some coloured lines in the viewer. The reason nothing has changed yet is that our camera is still in the default position. Before we move the camera, let's change this text layer into 3D. 2D layers are marked on the timeline by a flat square icon. To switch a layer into 3D, click the icon and choose 3D Plane. There are 4 tools for controlling the 3D camera. The tools on the right of the viewer are used by clicking and dragging on them. In the middle is Track XY, which moves your camera vertically and horizontally. Track Z, or Z if you're in America, moves the camera forwards and backwards. Pan rotates the direction the camera is pointing. The 3D grid you can see here is called the floor plane. It is only used for reference and won't appear in your exports. You can toggle it on and off from the Options menu. The Orbit tool is a very quick way to move around your 3D scene. After switching to the Orbit tool, you can click anywhere in the 3D space to rotate around that point. If I click on the floor plane over here, you can see it's rotating around that point. If I click on the text layer, however, the camera orbits around the layer itself. You can still use the other movement controls when you have the Orbit tool selected. By combining these controls, you can quickly move around your 3D scene. So far, we've only looked at the active camera view. This view shows what will be included in your export. HitFilm has several other views to help you navigate and position layers in 3D. You can change the view using the menu at the top left of the viewer. If you have any 2D layers in your composite shot, they won't show up in the other views. Perspective view is at first glance similar to active camera. Although it's a full 3D view, it is completely independent of your actual camera. You can move around in the perspective view without moving your cameras and changing what will be in your export. As you can see here, because we're no longer looking through the active camera, we can actually see the camera in the scene, pointing at the text layer. The camera controls work the same way in the perspective view as they do in the active camera view. However, if you use the mouse scroll wheel, it will move the camera forwards and backwards, just like if you were dragging on the Track Z control. In perspective mode, using the Hand tool is the same as using the Track XY control. The other views are orthographic. This means they present a 2D blueprint-like view of the 3D scene without any perspective distortion. This can be extremely useful for accurate positioning, as moving layers around in the perspective and active camera views can often be confusing. By comparing the front and top views, we can see exactly where the camera is in relation to the text layer. In the orthographic views, Track Z control works the same as using the mouse scroll wheel, and the Track XY control works the same as the Hand tool. You can't orbit or rotate the orthographic views because they are not in full 3D. HitFilm Ultimate users are able to split their viewer into multiple views using the Views menu. You can have up to 4 separate views, and each can be set to a different view mode. Hopefully this introduction will get you started in 3D. We've got lots of tutorials on the way, so do subscribe so that you don't miss anything. You can already find lots more on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.